Metacritic Roundup.
First up, God of War Ragnarok.
Ooh.
94. 94 on the PS5. It's also on the PlayStation 4, but that does not have a score. Damn. A 94 is a solid score. I mean, there are 125 reviews, critic reviews. Every single one of them is positive. That's really wild. That is really wild. What do these reviews tell you, Justin, about God of War?
I think it's a good game. I believe God of War 2018 also scored a 94 on Metacritic, if I'm not mistaken. So we have a sequel that is scoring the same.
Oh, yeah, it did.
As the original. And I think that's great. I think a lot of the time sequels carry a lot of extra weight behind them in terms of like trying to live up to what the previous game was, specifically good games, while also trying to do new things. And I think it looks like this game definitely lived up to the old game. And I think in many cases, expanded what you got there, tells a great story from what it looks like. And it's gotten me even more excited to play this game.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for this. I just played the first, or I guess rather, God of War 2018 for the first time, 3 months ago at this point. And I'm not saying that I was surprised at how good that game was, but I find that when like something scores so well and is like recommended by literally everyone, I sometimes find it hard to like go and play something like that, because then I have this issue where I'm like, I don't know if it will live up to like the extraordinary praise that like it's been getting. And that game like almost did. I think I started to dislike it a little bit when I went for the platinum, which I guess was my own fault, but because I think it's a bad platinum, to be honest with you. But I don't think it's a bad game. You know what I'm saying? Like, but so I guess we'll see about this one. I guess my question for this is, I have no doubt that the story is going to be great, that the combat's going to feel good still, but I wonder if the cracks that started to show for me when I went and got that platinum are going to continue to be here with this game. Do you know what I mean by that?
What were those cracks again?
There are a few. The fast travel, like traveling around the world is terrible. The fast travel system sucked. The combat, while it was good, was like super repetitive, like really just the same thing over and over again. Which, hey, a lot of games are like that, but I think when a game really hangs its hat on being like, well, it's a combat game, I don't love that. But from what I've seen from like a lot of the trailers and whatever, it seems like they really do change up that combat in a meaningful way. It was just traveling around the world I thought was really dull and irritating. The fast travel stuff didn't work. Yeah, does that make sense? Is that?
Oh no, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think I've been like kind of like dialed into this game a lot because I've been looking forward to it significantly. And I think one thing that worries me a little bit, and this is like just the way I play video games and the time I have for video games, is the time of the game.
Yes.
The main story takes 24 hours is what I'm hearing plus to play, and that's only main pathing it, not doing side content and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know this is like one of those things that, you know, depending on when I play it, it's like, oh, I don't want the game to end. But having a game that is that like open, you can really get lost in this world in a way that I think I'm going to at a certain point get to a place where I just want to mainline it and get through it instead of just really enjoying it. And then I wonder how much I'll have to do when I'm done with the game to like actually get the platinum if I decide to do that.
Yeah.
And I wonder if I'll enjoy it the same way. But I think that's like a me issue when I'm thinking about it. And I think, I don't know if that's a bad thing, because if the game is truly this good and it's filled with this much good content and good story and good characters and good combat, I don't think having a long game is a bad thing.
Agreed. I think that the original God of War, or 2018 version, I guess, was, I think, a little too long for its own good, because I think it was so long that those cracks started to show, you know?
A lot of backtracking near the end a little bit. Like there's just like a couple of like pacing moments when you're like, this didn't need to be here.
Agreed. So I'm hoping that like this is able to sustain its like I hope that the story feels like it's able to sustain a runtime like that, because I feel like it is hard to do, because I like a quick you're in and you're out. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm excited to play this after a few weeks of playing games that I haven't really been super enthused about. Like this is a big one for me.
Yeah. And I feel like one of the things that makes me motivated to really want to play this and want to get through it quickly are the spoilers that are going to eventually be coming out about this game. I think, we talked last week about how when the things were coming out about this game, how people were, Cory Barlog was upset that spoilers were being out there in the wild about this game that they worked on. And my initial thing was that, yeah, spoilers don't necessarily, I think spoilers don't ruin a game for me personally, and I think if anything it can draw interest. But once the game's out, and if I do slow play this game and take about a month to beat it, that's just going to that's when spoilers start to become like part of marketing. Already, I had a student in one of my classes today start to like be like, oh, like, yeah, have you heard about the God of War game? I was like, oh yeah, I'm super excited about it. And he's like, yeah, I was watching all these like trailers, and I was like, trailers? Yeah, these cinematics and stuff. And I was like, I don't want to hear any spoilers. And he was like, oh no, that's not a spoiler. Sony released it. So at the beginning of the game, you're sitting in your house, and I was like, oh my God, stop this, shut up. These are literally the spoilers I don't want to hear. So like those are the things you're just gonna have to avoid a little bit more.
Yeah.
But regardless, I'm very excited to play this.